I'm going to do a little review on a Harbor Freight 1 horsepower continuous duty electric motor. And I bought this motor because my lathe was making a lot of noise, and I watched a lot of videos about this Craftsman Atlas lathe, and everybody talks about how noisy these lathes are. So I just took it for granted that, everybody's lathe was, everybody's Craftsman Atlas 12 by 36 was noisy like that. Anyway, I tried to price a new motor. I tried to rebuild the motor that was on there. I put new bearings in it, but it was still really noisy. And I kind of got down to where most of the noise was coming from the motor. So anyway, I went to checked around prices, $300, $400 for a 1 horsepower motor. That's 1740 RPM, 1725, in that neighborhood. So Harbor Freight had this one, and it was on sale for $149, and I had a 20% coupon, super coupon, got it for $129. The problem was the start capacitor was in the wrong position. The start capacitor was right here, and that was going to interfere with all this stuff right here, so it wouldn't fit on the machine. So I disassembled the whole thing, pulled everything out the inside of it, drilled a new hole over here, and moved the start capacitor, moved all the wiring and everything over here, and moved it over to this location so it does, it fits over here. I had to saw out a little bit of that 2x4 right there to get the junction box to fit in there, but it fits. I really can't say I've got any complaints with the motor. I mean, it made a tremendous difference in the lathe as far as the noise it makes. So I'll go ahead and run it. Now, of course, that's not with the feed-in gauge. You'll go ahead and engage the feed and turn it back on, and it's really not that much louder. Now, one of the things that I've heard a lot of people say that the gear train over here makes a lot of racket. Well, I found a pretty good cure for that. It's this stuff right here. Tool Mates, open gear wire rope lube. And I mean to tell you, this stuff right here will quiet them gears right on down. And they run just as smooth with that thing, with that there on there. So, I'm real happy with that. I mean, it's really quiet compared to what it was, and I'll stick a clip in there and show you just how noisy this thing is. I go ahead and, if I can, pop this thing in the back gear if I can, real easy. Alright, let's see, we're in back gear. And we're in back gear now. Now, really not, really not a whole lot of more noise. I mean, The only thing really that gets noisy is where you've got the engagement for the back gear. That gear right there just rattles a little bit, but really not that big a deal. I've heard a lot louder. Anyway, just thought I'd share that. So far I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't really done a whole lot of cutting with it, but it seemed like it's got plenty of power. It's 1 horsepower. This lathe, actually, the instructions manual says 1/2 to 3/4 horsepower, but the motor I took off here was a 1 horsepower. And here's the motor right here, and it's actually a Craftsman motor. And it's, it was loud, it was noisy. Anyway, I got it all wired up, and I got it wired up to the furnace reversing switch, so it reverses like it's supposed to. And all that works. One of the things I hate about this darn thing, it's got a oil fitting that's way up in there. I don't even know if you can even see the darn thing or not, but it's way up inside of there. I think you can barely make it out up in there. But anyway, it's impossible to get to. I mean, you can't get an oiler to it. So what I did, I bored a hole in there, ran a tube up here, got me an old instant coffee container, screwed it right to the bottom of here, and cut a hole in it right there. And I just pour the fluid in there, and it goes in and just continuously feeds those bushings in there, because the instructions say you're supposed to oil that thing. I think it said weekly, but I don't know. I figure constant feed of oil is far better than weekly. So anyway, just kind of wanted to show you that. Like I said, I'll slap some video in there of what it sounded like before I changed the motor, and I think you'll agree it's definitely a huge improvement. Alright, have a good day. Hope everybody's having a Merry Christmas.